something for like a beginning, because it's like it was so boring.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess it's just like intro music.
Okay.
While we're getting everything ready. I haven't been taking too many notes, but I need to start taking notes. It makes sense. Yeah. We were talking about it. That's something right. Preparation. Pen's out, man. It's crazy. Other side of the music. How do you feel when your pen just stops working? Like it worked earlier and today it don't want to work. It's cool. How's your morning?
Great. I didn't have work. Kids were at school, so I slept in. I got to ride my bike.
What? Motorcycle lady, that's right. You guys ever seen The Walking Dead? Sitting next to Michonne? She be pulling up too. Whipping. But nah, we were, man, we got a lot of cool feedback.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of cool feedback. I don't know what you've heard on your side.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet?
I gotta get my people to support.
That's the key word too. Support, interact, and actually like do something with what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like you're my dude, or you're my homegirl, or you're my aunt, my uncle, my grandparents, my mom's.
Even if you don't like it, support by telling me no.
It was trash.
Yeah.
Like it was all the way 100% butthole. Like
yeah, I'll
it
take
stinks.
I'll take
like,
it too. Because
I'll
I know
take
what
that.
I gotta do.
And you know what? That was a weird thing. Like I was expecting to catch some of that back, and I don't know if it's just natural instincts to think that the worst of possible is gonna come back. It's like, man, what are you guys talking about? You guys are tripping. And it's just like, no, that's not what happened.
Right.
Which was great. Like I had some people that gave some feedback that I honestly don't even really talk to too much.
Right.
Yeah. Or like not that our relationship's bad, but that we don't see each other as often. So they were even shocked. It's like, oh wow, not just good views, but open up my mind on my views. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
But then there's like so many people there like that don't say anything.
Yeah, I would rather like, even if you don't like it, tell me. So I know what to do different, because I'm going to keep doing the same thing. Like I tell people all the time, like if I cook for someone, I'm like, if you don't like it, tell me, because I'm going to make you the same thing again.
And continue to make it, because you keep going,
why did she keep making it? Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah, no, if you don't like it, tell me.
Tell me.
I won't be sad. I might be sad for a second, but I'll get over it.
I don't even think I'm going to be sad. I get so excited to be completely like 1,000%, man. I get dumb excited.
Yeah.
Because I know in the process of anything I did that there was something I could have did better.
You know, you can trust that person too. That like straight up, most people are scared to tell you like some.
Is that what it is?
Some bad news. I think a lot of people don't. They don't want to hurt your feelings. So
hey, listen,
tell you bad news.
Man, I got feelings like this Mountain Dew, man. We're gonna be through in about an hour. Here, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna bubble through that.
That's
what
I
ain't never been that sensitive.
I'm an emotional person, a very emotional person, but I value honesty. So even if you tell me and I get sad for a second, I'll be good. I always bounce back. So tell me, I'll be.
And that's the whole part of growing, like.
Yeah, that's me with life. Period. Like relationships, life, anything. Just
tell me the truth, and we'll rock.
Yeah.
Period.
Then I can trust you forever.
So because I know you're gonna give me the raw end of it, no matter what. You know, and my mom was like that. My adopted mom was really like that. Sincere about it. Like if you wanted the raw end of the view of what this was, no filter, no sugar, lime juice, lemon juice, and grits mixed with like hog maws and chitlins. Like it was like the weirdest mix of taste, texture in your mouth and your ears. What you was about to hear from this woman, but it was 1,000%.
That's a person
unbiased.
You go to.
You know what I mean? Unbiased. Unbiased.
Yep.
That's how we clicked. It was an unbiased view of, you were tripping, or I don't know, maybe you're all right on that. But over here, you was some other shit. So. Yeah, it's all about being honest with people. So people, man, listen, honestly, like I'm gonna look at I usually don't look at the camera to look at it and say it. If you see people on your page doing something positive, man, support them. They could be out here robbing, killing, drug dealing, and all kinds of shit and stealing, but they out here actually with a movement trying to do something good, whether it be with the kids, whether it be with sports, whether it be with photography or music or videography, well, whatever it is, man, if your people's out here doing something good, man, support them, man, because that's important. You know, support system is huge.
If you see somebody passionate about something that's not hurting anybody else that's trying to improve themselves or other people, just
take a second to look at it.
Yeah, even if you don't look at it, click a like or click a share or something.
I ain't gonna lie, I be sharing stuff. I don't even be listening to some of it. I be like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm busy. I wasn't trying to listen to nothing, but I see that it's either shared by somebody I deal with and I personally deal with and I like and I'm cool with and I got a relationship with, and it's like, oh, that's they people.
Yeah.
It might turn out to be some bogus shit on my page. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know. And that's on them, really.
Or
to be
even
honest.
like a word of encouragement, like I see you doing your thing. Like I don't have
If I
time
know
for
you,
that.
I'm always shooting at you.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the strong arm and the 100.
Yeah.
That's my shit. That's my new shit. Like for the 2019 strong arm and the 100. So the one thing I got back on feedback was structure.
Okay.
It said, man, you guys got like subjects. You guys are playing this out, and it's just like, no, we don't. That's what you call raw. I don't think I've ever had a conversation with a stranger that I planned.
Right.
To be completely honest, meaning I bumped into you, or I just randomly, like I do, will ask you a question out of nowhere. You're just in checkout at Walmart, and I'd just be like, excuse me, do you know if they stopped making Jordache? I'll ask some random odd shit just to get in, not just to get an interaction, but to spark a conversation with a person I look at that looks like they're interesting.
Okay.
It could just be, I like the way that you wear your hat. I've seen a dude just in an outfit before and was just like, wow, this guy's swag is 1,000,000,000% right now. And I just gotta say hi. Yeah. Or this chick's boots are just ridiculous. Like, not even on a good note. But like, I'm still about to say something because she looked like she might need a compliment. She don't know how to dress herself. I'm serious. I can see some negatives, man, and just look to see the positive to
That's
be like, hey.
self-expression, though.
Yeah.
Fit how people dress. Yeah.
And again, express yourself. Do your thing. You look funny. I'm not gonna tell you that though. I'm not gonna tell you you look funny. But no, there's not a whole lot of structure. I think we agreed that we wanted it to be more raw.
We got like some feedback, and which is great. I seriously.
Right.
Yeah, but we were what we had in mind was like kind of raw, like unscripted, something like that. And so like we're gonna add some structure so we can like stay on point and not like ramble on.
Yeah.
But
and
then like we don't want to like read line for line. We want to. I mean.
It's just not. I don't think that that's what really helps.
That wouldn't pull me.
No, I wouldn't want to hear it. Be like, oh yeah, they're reading from a prompt. I can tell they're reading from a prompt.
Yeah, like a real raw conversation.
Yeah, versus again, meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
The veggies are cool. You need them. You need your veggies, but meat and potatoes. You know what I mean? So we decided that maybe we could write down a few things that we can go over, and then instead of the whole Q&A thing, where again, the questions are gonna pop. If you have a question, do us a favor. Slide on there, other side of the view, whether it be on Libsyn, whether it be on Facebook, whether it be live on Facebook, other side of the view now, and lend some comments. Whether they're live now or they end up being put on later, we'll still see them and respond. Would be the point. And maybe it's something we can bring up next week on the episode. Yep. The other thing we were looking at doing was a week live. I want to do it live in public. I really don't know what to call it, but it'd be the week that we're not here. It might be the week you're getting your hair done. Okay. And I want to be out here. I want to be out here though. And, put the GoPro on, go see people, and ask them these different questions. Again, what do you think about our school system? Mm-hmm. What do you think about our government? What do you think about old laws, new laws? Okay. How do you feel about society now? Are we looking at another civil war, or can we learn how to be civil? What do you feel about our military? Should we stick our nose in or out of businesses? These are just random, off the top of the dome questions that are all relevant. Yeah. How do you feel about religion? Yeah. So today, one that stuck out so strong was parenting. Okay. And I figured it was something that we can obviously relate to with both parents. And I think that it might, my opinion, just my view in theory, that it might be a big problem in the world today.
Parenting? Everything starts at home. Everything, like, their education, you send them to school, but still you gotta, like, educate them at home as well. You can't, like, just rely on the teachers to do shit. And, like, I saw something before and it said like, should we bring back home, like home education or or teaching the kids to bake? I'm like, do it at home. Like, what's stopping you from doing it at home? Like, why are you upset that they no longer do it in the schools? You cook every day. Sit your kids in there while you cook. Do you cook every day? Well,
that's the thing.
Well, not if you don't cook every day, but when you do cook, my 5-year-old asked me if I could teach him how to cook. I'm like, okay, yeah. But how I learned how to cook is just sitting and observing.
Gotcha.
Because
that's
like we don't. When I cook now, people ask me for recipes. I'm like, I really can't tell you. Just watch me do it.
This or this, this or that.
Yeah. So, I let them come in and watch me cook, and it's a. I don't know. Life is all learning experiences. So some stuff, you take it.
But it's like I see a lot, and it's funny because I hear it from my great grandparents to their kids, which would be our grandparents, and our grandparents to their kids, which are our parents, and our parents to us growing up. They talk, they yap, and then now to us being parents, we look at our kids. And as I look at this this structure, this tight knit family, or this close spoken, or this properly put together person, and it keeps going down. It's like 20% each generation. It's cutting down to where now the mannerisms aren't what they used to be overall. The overall moral and character of an individual isn't what it used to be. Or it was hid well more then than now.
I think a lot of it is.
I often wonder that social media brings out, shows out, gives you more view of things that probably been going on forever. And
that's true.
We're from the north. We don't see it. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know this. We haven't been there yet, so we didn't know. And then now, as we get older, maybe what you're saying again, experiences, and as we grow older, we see it.
Yeah.
But it's like I think if the parents were doing their job, history does show you didn't have a lot of the stuff that's happening now. The shit that's happening now wasn't happening then.
Yeah.
The parents were raising different kids.
Yeah. Well, it's a. I don't. It's. Okay, who was I talking? I was talking to someone, and so I was my 13-year-old is he's starting a date now, and I was trying to explain to him, like, I'm trying to steer him in the right direction of the girl to pick.
Okay.
I'm trying to, but like, pick a girl who's like, trying to steer him in the right direction of a girl to pick, because I don't want to pick the wrong girl. I don't want to be like, I don't want to hover, but I don't want him to pick the wrong girl and then she breaks his heart at 13. Right. So, like, I talk to him and give him advice sometimes. Yeah, but what he was saying is like, you know how hard it is to find a girl like that? And I'm like, dude, you're 13. Like,
it shouldn't even be a hunt.
It shouldn't even be an issue. Like, every girl should, be easy. Like, it's
liable to be busted up by any one of them right now.
Yeah.
All of them are going to do it right now.
Yeah. So I'm like, that was so sad. I'm like, who's fucking these kids up already? And it's not boys, it's the parents.
Exactly. And that's what I keep coming back to, because it's the expectations of the kids. But everything starts with the parent. I look at Caleb at 3. I look at Caleb at 1. I look at Caleb at 0. Caleb didn't know anything.
Right.
Kid crawled with his head.
Yep.
So, he taught himself how to crawl with his knees and his hands. Next to that, we've kind of helped him, coach him through everything he's doing.
Yeah.
If a parent can give their kid all of the actual game that they have about life, and it's got to be in due time. Obviously, a 3-year-old can't know certain, their 10-year-old can't know certain things, but at the same time, I don't think we can protect them from some things that they need to hear about, they need to know about, whether it be about relationships or the opposites, where it's like, okay, and see, I don't even know how to have that conversation completely without talking to them almost as if they're adults. It's like, that's a little boy.
Yeah,
that's what I told my daughter.
They can handle it. I mean, like, because I have been telling my oldest son's father to, like, have the conversation with them, and he didn't have the conversation with them.
Gotcha.
A lot of people are uncomfortable having certain conversations with their kids, and so I'm like, okay, well, he's 13 now. It's a little too late, I feel like.
Well, not to chat though. The chat is still
to have that. I mean, because like his voice is already deep. Yeah, the birds and the bees conversation. His voice is already deep, so he's already going through puberty. Yeah. So I probably shouldn't be putting all this shit up here, but I had the conversation with him because his father wasn't comfortable with it. But like a lot of parents just aren't comfortable talking to their kids. They're like, you wait too late because you think it's too soon. You wait too late, and then it's too fucking late.
Because they get educated somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem. I think they end up picking up, whether it be the peers, because peers, again, it appears to be huge. You know, whether it be older, whether freshman, senior peer, or whether it's just out here in general, man.
When I had this conversation, I was angry because he said his health teacher taught them that it's actually very hard to get a girl pregnant. And I was like,
what?
Do not believe that.
That's false all day.
Yeah.
Like, I got kids that'll tell you, be like, that's not true. No, my dad had almost no intention. So yeah, this is definitely that's not true.
Yeah, so they pick up information from different people and different people try to teach him. I'm like, this guy probably has no children. Because some people, it is hard to have.
And that's what I'm saying. I think that's what I'm talking about. Parents have to be on the ball.
Yeah.
Because you got people teaching shit that they don't know nothing about.
Nothing about. Yeah.
You just looking for a job.
Yeah.
You were probably a failure somewhere and you need a job. I'm just keep it real.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't what it seems, meaning you might not even be a good educator because you're not even properly educated. And again, looking at the schools and looking at the system and looking at the curriculum taught, man, shit, we're already teaching half-ass shit as it is.
Yeah.
We're already teaching quarter stories as it goes now. To where when we get out of school, we start speaking to elders because they're adults, we're adults, and now we start learning real history.
Yeah.
From people that were there.
Yeah.
Or from people that participated actually, or that had parents that participated actually, like, no, that's not even how that conflict went.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but that's what listen, everything you get in the books ain't really what it is, you know what I mean? They cook the story. And it's just like, damn. So you're stuck with this whole, teachers are supposed to educate, but they're educating you with the curriculum that they're given.
Yeah.
Parents are supposed to teach you life.
That's why you have to have like education at home and at school. Like I only want teachers to teach my children math and reading, but at home I'm going to also teach math and reading. And then I don't want you to teach my kid about sex.
Yeah, really, for real. It's almost out of. And again, we had sex ed, but for me, our sex ed was very simple. It was very basic. It was very old school. The videos were fucking bland as ever.
Yeah.
But it explained the overall view of sex education. Yeah. And like the safest sex was abstinence. Like that's what they taught. Now the curriculum's so different with and again, this can be touchy, but this is what we do. Yeah. We touch on stuff like this because it's real, because we have children that are affected by it. You probably have children out here that are affected by it. But it's where now you have groups and advocates for all kinds of different stuff now in school, to where now we're taught transgenders in school and sex ed in some states. We're taught gay and bisexual and heterosexual. Like, you're taught all this stuff in school. And I guess I'm a pro and con with it because, again, it's identification. Right. But at the end of the day, you're identifying with people as it's still coming back to a gender. It's still coming back to a sex. It's still coming back to a life choice. Yeah. The way you live your life. That's how you're identifying a person versus it's just a human being. Right.
I feel like teach your kids sex at home. Stop having somebody else teach a whole group of people who are all different. One person who
this is how sex goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of, it's not really like that. Yeah, you're right. I never looked at it like that. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I never looked at it like that. Like, you're right. Like, you're teaching somebody one way about sex, and it's really not that. Yeah. This ain't that. Like, that's not how that really works in life.
Like, you could teach, like, some person, I don't know, like the guy who taught the kids that it's actually difficult to have a child. He probably is having a hard time having a child, but for the next person, it's not the same. The first time we get pregnant, or things like that happen.
So it's like parenting versus schooling. Parents are supposed to school their kids.
You're supposed to do it.
School your kids. Like, if somebody say, hey, should you A, school your kids, or B, don't school your kids? Wouldn't it always be A?
Oh, you should
always forever be schooling your kids?
Forever.
80, 90 years old, school them if you can.
Yeah, that too. Forever. They should be able to come to you because you go, like, our job is to go through life experiences so that our children don't have to go through those. Teach them, like, a lot of people don't talk, so talk to them and tell them all the shit that you went through, even if it's embarrassing, even if you regret it, so that they don't make the same mistake.
And see, I've bumped into so many people that would disagree. It's like, no, because your stories have too much texture. And it's just like, but that's what it is out here.
Yeah,
this is not a flat wall out here. This isn't a flat wall world.
Yeah.
No, this is a very, very abstract world.
Right.
You paint the picture that you want to paint.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's life.
You have to use, like, you have to just, my conversations with my 13-year-old I wouldn't have with my 5-year-old. You know what I mean?
Period. There has to be truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be some truth. Yeah. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I'd look at Caleb and be like,
yeah.
Man, I'm gonna take my shirt off and hit with it and be like, listen, what I'm trying to tell you is, I don't want to do it. And it's just like, dude.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. But
yeah,
you gotta get past that.
Yeah.
Like, so no, I mean, it's, again, parenting it's a huge thing because I look at people in society, and it goes right back to, again, you're raising a human being.
Yeah.
You're not raising, quote unquote, your child. No, you're raising everybody's child at that point because everybody's going to deal with this.
That's how
whatever
I raise
you
my kids.
Frankenstein out of this shit, like, everybody out here in this world has to deal with your little creation.
Yep. Every lesson that I give is because one day you are going to be an adult. Like, for me, I look at other adults that I have to deal with, and I'm like,
who raised you?
Yeah. And I don't want my kids to be that person that other adults look at, like.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that exactly.
Taught you shit about
nobody told you how to not.
Yeah, that you can't do shit like that.
Thank you. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm thinking in my head as I was trying to, like, say it. You said it. It's like, who told you that was cool?
Yeah.
Who told you that talking to somebody like that was okay?
Yeah.
Or responding to somebody like that was that I've had to raise my hand on the response part, you know, because I be responding crazy.
Yeah. We all have those moments.
Yeah, and I'm trying to keep them at bay.
Yeah.
Because, again, it gets to the point to where, like, now I have this new thing. If you look at me stupid, I'm gonna say something to you.
See, we differ on that.
Yeah, I know. And again, that's the joy of life. You know, the opposite. So I'll let you know how it's gonna work out after it don't work out or possibly works out for me. And then as you continue to go on and you can go on in life not doing it and be like, okay, this is like really working out or it's not working out for me.
Yeah. That's like everybody, that's what all makes us unique. We all have a different perspective. Like, we could all look at the one water bottle and then notice something totally different.
Yeah, and for me, I went so many years of, again, we did the whole butt and lip thing. And it's just like, yeah, I'm cool. I don't want to sit at that table.
Right.
It looked like a nice table. It was set cool. The fixings on the table was great. Man, they had 2 forks and 2 spoons. Like, it was great.
Right.
But the conversation at the table was completely asinine.
Right.
The people at the table were completely ignorant. And the whole feel of it spiritually was off. So I'm cool. I'm going to come over here and sit over here and have my do and do what I do.
Yep. I like that.
But as you speak, please watch your tone. As you speak, please watch what you say. Because and please watch how you look at me. Because, again, you might be confronted. You might not like that. You might not like how it sounds in your ears. Your people might not like how it looks.
Yeah.
But that's not on you.
Right.
It ain't got nothing to do with you. That's got to do with me. I want you to know this. And I want you to know this way. I might smile. You know, I might bend my shit up. I might not. But I want to make sure that I tie your gut in a knot before I leave because of your face bent up like that. And again, your look said 1,000 words. So I'm going to give you like 10.
That's true.
I'm going to give you like 10.
Yeah.
Because you spoke 1,000 with your face. So I'm going to give you and leave you with about like 10 words. You know, hopefully, again, like I said, you leave, you go be a better person. Because you're like, wow, I really do talk to people reckless. Or wow, I really do look at people crazy. You might hopefully walk away saying it because maybe nobody ever said anything to you.
Right.
No one's ever confronted that.
Maybe you just got resting bitch face or something like that.
You might have that. And you know what I ran into? It was, again, it was my kid's mom. She had that.
Okay.
And as she had it, like I moved over close to her, like I was her parent. Like, hey, let me talk to you right quick, because I was always taught to have a general understanding of where you stand with a person.
Right. Yeah.
There should be no misunderstandings with that. You shouldn't let that go.
Right.
A person feeling a certain way about you, or you feeling a certain way about a person. Tomorrow's not promised. We want all that aired out.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's a conversation, and we handle it as adults with no anger, with no frustration, just straight passion of, hey, I want to get along with you.
Yeah.
I want things to work out. Man, you looking kind of stupid. You look kind of crazy at me, though. You know, I don't know. You
I can see it.
Chest puffed out and shit. I don't know what's going on.
If
breathing
you're sitting
hard.
there and I walk into, like, I just walk and invade your bubble, and then you give me like this stink face, like,
yeah.
But if I like leave you in your bubble over there, I come to my bubble over here, and then you're like wondering why I'm in my bubble over here. No. Leave me alone.
No, I'll leave a person in their bubble. If it's a bubble, it's a bubble.
No, I'm saying, like, say you're sitting over here across the room, and then they're throwing you daggers.
Yeah, see, I can't.
That would be, that would be frustrating.
And that's that.
Yeah.
Because it's constantly.
Yeah, I didn't come into your space. So why yeah.
But your face is all in mine, and it's just, that's where it's just like, okay, cool. Let me come over in your space and talk to you for a second.
Yeah.
Just to see where you're at. And really just see where you're at. Like I said, the mantra that came back to us this week, it was great. We was talking with our wife. More macking and less smacking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you really do get to a point in life, again, at 40 years old, you've been looked at this way so many times. And again, you haven't even spoken. It could just be on skin tone alone.
Yeah.
It could be on the tattoo. It could be on a scar on the face. It could be on anything.
Yeah.
We could be having a bad day and we're just walking, looking a certain way.
Right.
And a person could, in the same way of looking. It just excites everything. I think it adds fuel to everything. But see, this is when we get back on a tangent. I can look back down.
Okay, yep.
Back to the tournament thing. I think that, again, people not raising their kids to be productive, good people causes what we have now. A bunch of people that don't care.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They don't care. Like, oh, what's going on over here? I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
What's going on with this over here? I don't know. I don't care.
What I learned though with like the whole parenting thing is like you kind of have to be because a lot of people are like, well, I didn't have that growing up, so like I don't know how. A lot of people don't know how to parent because their parents didn't know how to parent. It's just a bunch of like, I didn't know how to do it, and so I did the best I could. But I think each generation should do the best they could with what they know. What I tell people all the time is like, okay, this is what you had, you enjoyed that about your childhood, give that to your kids. And then what you didn't have, give that to them as well. So you know, and then the next generation, and then the next generation, I tell my kids like, I'm doing the best I can, but my job is to like make you smarter than me, so your kids can, you know, you can do even better with your kids. So like, how I discipline. One day, like I'm trying to figure out something that works, but when you have kids, you can come back and tell me like, hey, this worked.
This worked.
You should have tried that with us. And I'm like, oh, thank you. You know what I mean? Like, my goal is to like parent so that they can be better. So like, if I parent to the best of my ability and I give them what I didn't have and I give them what I did have, then they're going to do all of that plus what they didn't have. So, you know, it gets better, but most parents can't. A lot of parents will say, I didn't have it, so I'm not giving it. Yeah, and then they just, this is what I had growing up, so this is what I'm going to do.
I think sometimes we spoil our kids because we didn't have shit.
I think we do, but I don't think it's anything wrong with that. As long as you, like, you can spoil your kids, because that's what...
Can you unspoil something?
Well, it's spoiling them in the sense of like just giving them. I feel good buying shit for my kids.
For sure.
I do, and so like, in the sense that they have a lot, and their dad buys them a lot. I get them a lot, but I don't do it in a way like, or I do it, but I still also teach them about life. Like, you have to work for stuff.
Gotcha.
And you have to.
So they appreciate.
Yeah, so that they can appreciate it more. Because like when my kids come to me, if I have a rule, like if my kids come to me and ask me for something, if I ask them to do something, you don't come and ask me until you do the thing that I asked you to do, because I have to go and sit and work, and I have to go and do a job and make this money to give it to you.
Yeah.
Because I'm basically just giving it to you. So you're going to have to do something to earn it. You're going to have to work for it.
Dig that.
Yeah.
Dig that.
And we're all a unit. It's not just because I'm the adult one. We're all humans.
Yeah.
I'm the adult one, so I'm legally allowed to work. So.
Otherwise, you guys would be out here with me.
Yeah, we're a unit.
1,000.
We all, I mean, yeah. Like,
1,000.
I don't even use, I've got 2 TVs. I don't even use them. I don't even use the Wi-Fi. I'm like, I do all this shit for you guys. I could not do it. Like, some parents are like, I don't have to do that. I can give you the bare minimum. But I do it because I want to. I love them. So.
That is true.
It's just, they have to learn. It's okay to spoil your kids and buy them shit. You don't have to, like, feel bad because you, like, spoil your kids.
See, I went through it once, and then I look back at it, and it's just like...
Spoiling them?
Yeah. I spoiled one, and I looked at it, and like I said, looking back at it, it's like, wow. There's almost no memory.
Oh.
Almost no memory of it. Which, for me, I didn't do it for the memory. If anything, my own memories. Mm-hmm. But for the main thing, it was because it was what I didn't have. It's like... Okay. Well, we didn't have Jordans. Like, right. Our mind worked hard. So it was... We got what we needed. Our clothes were nice clothes. Mm-hmm. Our shoes were nice shoes. They just weren't $100 pair of shoes. Right. This just wasn't what she was on. She's like, something like that. You want that? You're gonna have to work extra hard. Beyond grass cut, which contributes to the unit. Beyond leaves and pickup, that contributes to the unit. Paper route, that contributes to the unit. Shoveling snow, that contributes to the unit. Yeah. So it's like all this went to the unit. It's like, well, shit, there ain't no other hustles besides really out here hustling with this muscle. So we never really had that. Mm-hmm. When we got a little older, we got a job and we got what we got. Yeah. So when I looked at Blaine, I was just like, you know what? Every other week I went and bought him some shoes.
Oh, see, I'm not that. I don't do that.
Every outfit was name brand. Everything was back then. It was Coogis and Anichis and Sean Johns and Rockwares. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And I look back at it, and a buddy of mine, he's a Middle Eastern guy. He hit me with the, dude, you're fucking stupid. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, they don't care.
They don't.
He's like, they look at this, they ruin it, they care, they kick off and they do dirty and they rip it, they burn it. And I'm like, why is kids burning shit? And what he was saying was basically they don't care. Like, and he was right.
My oldest is now responsible enough to like clean his shoes and not ruin them, so he can start a shoe collection. So I'll spend a little more on him. My youngest, he's 5. He likes light up shoes still. I'm happy that he likes light up shoes still.
I fought that with Caleb. He got his first pair. I'm like, dude, you don't want these.
Man. They do. You can only wear them like till like you're 5, and kids won't make fun of you. Yep. Let them do it, because when you're an adult, you're like, damn, those light up shoes look sweet, but I can't wear them.
I can't wear them. Yeah.
But so like we went to a store. We went to like Shoe Carnival once, and there were like some Batman light up shoes, and he's like, I want those, and they were like $50. I'm like, let me get the girls their shoes. When we're done, we're going straight to Walmart. You can get 2 pair.
Period.
Right.
Dirty Mac.
Right.
Dirty Mac.
Yeah, and he's like, he loved it.
I went the opposite way, and that was the thing. It was, you should have saw Chris' face. It was great. My daughter's 9. She's going to school. This is right after I got Caleb's old light up shoes, what I didn't want. I was trying to get him some nice Maxes, some.
My ex was like that with my oldest. He wouldn't let him wear light up shoes.
I wanted him to, because they was buddies growing up. Light up shoes was buddies. We didn't wear buddies. It was pay less, and if you paid less, you was going to pay more at school. But it was going to light you up like them shoes. He was going to be a superhero for real. He was going to try to fly to class. They was going to light your ass up. So I'm like, I don't want my kid wearing it. I already said I don't want my kid wearing no buddies, no Walmart joints. Mm-hmm. And here we are. I think we were at Shoe Carnival too. Mm-hmm. And we're sitting there, and I had these nice Adidas, and there was another pair of Nikes he saw that he was like, okay. But then he saw the superheroes, and was like, shit, Thor and Hawk. And they lit up on top of it. He didn't even know they lit up until he was walking. He freaked out. And I'm like, man, I look back at it, and it's just like I just couldn't do it.
You get them,
raw myself to buy them.
A 5-year-old wants some light up shoes. He's gonna love those and take care of them and cherish them. You get him some Jordans. You know, I don't like these shoes. He's gonna stomp in mud in them.
And he does.
Yeah.
Light up shoes, he tears them apart. I don't care though. That's where now I'm looking at that. It's like I don't care.
Yeah.
My daughter's shoes were like $75.
Yeah.
You know, little Huaraches or little Air Maxes or something she got. Krista looked at me the whole way home. She had this face like she just ate rhubarb.
Oh.
She's just like, and I love you, sweetie, but, and it was a why, and I understood it. It was just like, well, this is what this is over here, and it's just like, well, it's an age thing. This is something where now I'm understanding. Take advantage of the fact that my kid doesn't want a pair of Jordans right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't want these right now.
Yeah.
Now, this kid over here is a straight A student. She listens to her parents. She listens to her grandparents. She does what she's supposed to do. She's in gymnastics. She's doing her thing. She can get that because again, you're doing your thing. You're handling your business. That's basically your job. You gotta go to school. You gotta listen to your parents. You gotta listen to your peers. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, that's your business. Over here, my dude ain't got no business. He's trying to run our lives. He's a terrorist. He's 3. He gets light up shoes now. He's a superhero.
I embrace he asked for light up shoes. Like you can get every time. Like yes, you can get 2. You get 2 pair. But because one day he's gonna ask me for 2 pairs of Jordans, so I am embracing the light up shoe phase.
That's why I didn't care, and that was my theory. Everybody out here, check this out. I don't think this theory works. Till your kid's like 4, you can almost get off 2 for $100 at the mall. Yeah. Unless your kid got some ridiculously big feet.
I still wear kid size.
So you're straight.
Yeah, I wear. Yep, I'm like a size 3 in kids and tennis shoes, so I still wear preschool size. Actually.
You're 3Y.
Yep. I'm just below grade
you got
school.
Krista feet.
Yeah. My daughter Layla's getting into my size now, so I'm like, oh, she's gonna have bigger feet. Josie will probably wear my size, but now Layla's getting into can I borrow your shoes? I'm like,
how's that? How is that? Is it cool or?
It's gonna give me an opportunity to teach her some responsibility a little more.
Oh, because you gotta take care of my stuff.
Yeah, you gotta take care of my stuff. Like if I'll let
you take care of your stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like I'll let you, but you take care of it. You don't. The first day you come stomping in mud, it's like, well, yeah, because I had a younger sister.
Okay, so
I'm used to it.
See, I had a best friend and we had like horrible rules, man. It was bad. It's like if 3 weeks went by and you didn't come get your possessions, like they were ours.
Oh.
And it was from there. It was like you gotta come get it. Like there is no more bring it back to me or let me get that. It's like nah, man. I done borrowed that Tommy shirt or he didn't came and snatched the Carolina jersey or whatever it was, and I forget about it. He forget about it. Next thing you know, man, we got each other's wardrobes half and half over at each other's house, and we're both mad. We're like, man, I know I had it. Nah, man, it's over here, bro. You come get it, but otherwise, it's mine now. Matter of fact, I'm wearing it to school tomorrow, actually. You can't even wear it tomorrow. That's mine. Can't even wear it tomorrow. I already got the ensemble together.
It was cool having a sister. We were the same size. We were the same size shoe. We still wear the same size shoes. So sometimes, like, if I buy a pair of shoes, I'll get her a pair. But now it's going to be cool. I can do it with my daughter. She's like not like my sister, but, like, you know, I can still do it.
So, you know what? Since we got the time to do it, we went through parenting. Okay. And then we went into school. So coming into the schooling, do you think that it would be beneficial if the schools had like a life 101 course where, granted, me and Krista actually met in home ec and
did you?
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Cool.
We were in home ec. What was it called? Home ec and life skills.
Okay.
So yeah, life skills. Like they taught us how to sew. They taught us how to cradle, care to, wrap, swaddle a baby. Change, obviously. Cook, obviously. Clean, obviously. The stitchings and just all these little different things. I have not used 60% of what I learned in that class. I actually got expelled in that class. Yeah, it didn't work out. That's life.
Yeah.
But to know how to balance a checkbook, to know what credit is, to know how to do an oil change, to know that debt to income ratio, you know, these things that can send you into a downward spiral in life to where you can't get out of it, versus, you know, hey, listen, you want to make sure that you pay attention to your debt to income ratio. You want to make sure that you balance your checking savings. You want to look for this amount of savings to be saved. You want to work, make sure you put a third away
Yep.
because this is going to happen later.
Yep.
401ks, Roth IRAs, all these things you're going to walk and get introduced to walking in 18 of a job or health insurance.
I think things like that, like if anything, are necessary. I mean, like a lot of stuff should be taught at home, but some parents don't know
that. We're in that generation now where their parents say they don't got it. We are in the biggest unbanked community now ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Since when banks started, there are more people that are unbanked, and it's easier even to bank now. And there's still so many people that are unbanked. It's the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
I'm giving you my money. I don't know you. I'm not giving you 20 bands to put in
like the mattress.
They got the mattress. They
yeah.
got the floor. They got the whatever they got to use to put the paper up. But
yeah.
I'm not giving you my money, man.
I think that's more because, like, even if you don't cook every day, you cook. So, like, I mean, and then I think home ec is cool. And I think it would be cool to have it, like, in schools again. But also, like,
a crash course.
Teach some of this stuff at home, too. Like, some of the basic stuff, teach at home.
Maybe they should do, like, a worksheet. They go home and you got to... Didn't it used to be like that growing up, though? You had to do stuff at home, participate parent-wise.
Yeah, they still do that a little bit now. Some, like, kindergarten, first grade, they'll,
not when you get older, though.
Not when you get older,
like, make your parents and kids interact from school older.
Yeah. They do. My daughter, last year, they had to apply for jobs in the fourth grade, I think. Maybe she did it. 3rd or 4th grade. I think it was 4th grade. They had to apply for jobs, and then they would get, they would get paid, but then they also had to pay fees. So they had, like, taxes taken out. And then, like, they would be able to, like, with the extra they had over, they would be able to buy things. So they had, like, chores. So I think she had to, like, feed the fish or something like that.
That's what I'm talking about. Something like that.
Jobs.
That's for where's that at?
That's in Old Fort.
Oh.
It's cool. That's a nice school.
Gotta be if you're doing that, because that's a good little something to show, and that's 4th grade.
Yeah, she did that. Yeah, and I loved it. Yeah, because
that's awesome too.
Yeah.
My daughter's learning algebra at 4th grade in Beverly. I'm just like,
I hate
algebra. But why am I learning algebra at 4th grade? Almost. It must make. I would hope it would make it easier later. You become familiar with it. But it's still in life, man. These letters are not popping up in these numbers with me. I'm serious. It's like 4 plus 4 minus y equals, and it's just like, why? Like 4 plus 4 is 8. Like, well, y is 8. And it's just like, well, why does it got to even be explained like that?
Yeah.
Don't you leave y's lonely ass out of the conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, put him in a silent word with knife.
Yeah.
K-N-I-Y. That's where they can put the Y at, man. It's just crazy.
I think it's some stuff, like, it's cool to teach some stuff. Like, I think it's cool to have it in the schools, but because not every parent knows it. But
true. And they're teaching new ways. Like, math is being taught in a whole new way.
I heard that they stopped that. I don't know.
Oh, they quit?
I think so.
They bring cursive back yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
So I don't know about everybody.
It's like somebody smoking in an office somewhere going, that's a good idea. And it's just like, dude, you're going to take out, they need signatures. They got to sign their name. So we're going to take cursive out. And then we're going to teach everybody new math. What about everybody that nobody knows it? Yeah. You can't just come up with some new shit out of nowhere. Some 2 plus 2 is not 4 anymore. 2 plus 2 is 2. And it's just like, what?
My kids are going to, because I write half cursive, half.
I do too.
Yeah, so they're going to end up learning, even if they do take it out of the schools, they're going to end up learning cursive.
I have to teach it, At least sign your name. Because otherwise, like, they're like, print, sign. Mm-hmm. And here you are printing twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You look incompetent. It's like, no, I'm not going to hire you. Why? You can't read simple instructions or print, sign.
Yeah.
They didn't teach us in school how to sign our names, sir.
Yeah.
I'd be embarrassed.
Yeah. It's going to be, like, a lot of stuff you got to teach at home so that you can give them an upper hand in life.
But
you don't learn everything in school.
That's what I'm hoping doesn't happen. Does that do this?
What?
Where the curriculum again, and the teachings again, and then the curriculum and teachings again. Mm-hmm. This is a culture lifestyle. This is like 8 hours a day.
Right.
Do they clash? Like, the views at home and
clash
the teachings at home, and then the views and the teachings at school.
Maybe they should. It depends.
I think they almost nowadays. I think they almost should.
Yeah, because not everybody learns the same at school. So, like, if my child's teacher is teaching them some stupid shit, like you can't get pregnant easily, then my teachings at home should clash with that.
Should clash with that.
Yeah, so sometimes it's necessary.
Because it's like, I look at the bullying, I look at the schools, and I look at the kids, and I look at the helplessness. Mm-hmm. That's what I see. I see helpless. And then I look at growing up 20-some years ago, and it's just like, we didn't have it like that. Right. We had kids that weren't popular. Right. Picked on a little bit. To the point of suicide, not so much. Mm-hmm. And it's told, and everybody just keeps saying it's social media. Because they can't escape it. So now it's like, they're in school, they deal with it. We used to be able to go home and that was that, unless they followed you home and chased you or some shit like that. But otherwise, you just went home, you was at home, you was a cornball, you was at home, nerd at home, whatever it was, not saying anything bad about anybody, but you were that person picked on, you at home. Mm-hmm. They're saying now that you can't get away from it because you got Twitter, you got
that's where
Snapchat,
the parenting comes in. Because before all my kids started school, like kindergarten, right before kindergarten, I told them, like, I don't know if they're gonna go and be. I consider myself like a lame. People knew me, but I just didn't like people. Not that I didn't like them, I just didn't. I was just always to myself. Gotcha. I was a talkative person like I am now.
For sure.
But so I don't know if they would go into school and be like me and not want to associate with anyone, or if they would be like a social butterfly and want to talk to everyone. So, but my first lesson going into school was, if you see a kid that's like being picked on, then go and be their friend.
Yeah.
Or if you see someone that has no one to sit with, then go and sit with them. Yeah. And so
I would do that anyways.
Yeah, don't be the bully. Every parent should tell their kids that.
Like, I got picked on, or I was the kid alone before. Mm-hmm. At that point, like, from like an adolescent of like 7 all the way up through life, like, I would never let a person sit by themselves.
Yeah.
Whether it was school or even out, like, we'd be in public and I might just see one person sit. Then to find out, it's like, actually, you know what? I just really wanted to sit by myself and be like, you got it, champ. Yeah. I just want to make sure you wasn't just over here lonely.
Yeah.
You know what? I ran into that once, and the person was really super cool about it. They're like, really? I was like, just again, I was here, just came here to have a piece of pie and coffee. I just got divorced.
Okay.
So I wanted to have my piece of the pie.
Yeah.
I had my piece of the pie. I left a fat ass tip. I drank a weak ass cup of coffee and had the best time by myself.
Just sometimes people just want some quiet. Yeah.
So yeah, man, I don't know. I think that parents and teachers, I think they need to hook up more. I think that principals and parents and teachers need to hook up more. Because it's sad that the parents have the responsibility, keyword, responsibility, I'd say, by the creator of the child and you as a person to take care of the child. Mm-hmm. If that child is with a system in school setting for the majority of their time awake, and they're not able to exercise the teachings that are going to get them to the next level in life by their parents, it's conflicting. And that's the scary part, where it comes into the even so much as don't defend yourself.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. To where now you see the repressed. My buddy said, Brian, we need a phone line. You're right, Brian, we need a phone line. We'll get one in a couple of weeks, brother. My dude. The repression becomes so big, it's a volcano. Mm-hmm. And you have a kid that's sitting there, great kid. You teach your kid everything, you tell your kid everything. And, you know, the one thing is you tell your kid not to act out, but you tell your kid to defend himself. The kid gets in school and gets stuck in that conflict of interest, like my grades are or I'm going to get kicked off of this, or I'm going to get kicked out of this. And then I'm going to get home and have to explain to my parents, and I know they're going to go hard.
Right.
But I'm going to try to explain. There's just so much. Where is that line where you tell your kids, like, listen, remember not to stick off my shoulder?
Yeah, I do remember that.
You remember this, cross that line?
Yep.
You know, it's like there's gotta be that not stick off my shoulder line. There has to be that draw the line in the sand line at school with your peers. And your kids need to know it, because otherwise it's like, nobody has the right to put their hands on you.
We had an issue, my youngest in preschool had an issue with a boy that was picking on him. And it's hard being a parent, because you want to say, Handle it.
Handle it.
And then you also want to like say, maybe don't. You know what I mean? And so then we went through that and we went through talking to the teachers, and then still an issue. So one day, and I felt bad, but then I didn't, because on the bus, the little boy hit my son, and he's very patient.
Yeah.
Levi the young.
He's pretty chill.
Yeah, and so the boy hit him, and then kept saying, "You want to fight?" And so then Levi hit him back, and then he's rough. And then the boy started crying, but then after that, the boy stopped bothering him. So sometimes, like, you can't always turn. I mean,
it's like the person that let's just go the simple adult bullying. Here we go. It's perfect too. Employer employee. My employee is a waitress.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this very strong, mean bravado of, you're going to do what I said, and okay, I need to get all these tables, get all these, okay. Pick up the plates too. That's the bus job. Pick them up or lose your job. Mm-hmm. They pick up the plates. Mm-hmm. Then now they're back there, and hey, the dishwasher didn't come in. Wash them or lose your job. So now you got the waitress washing dishes. It's, you know what, the cook didn't show up. You know what, make this food or lose your job. You just bullied this woman into 4 different positions,
right,
or male,
right,
because you're that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Should have been online there like, oh, sorry, what I don't do. Why?
Right.
I'm a team player, but again, you're not going to order me in that manner. You're not going to push me in that manner. You're not going to verbally make me do anything.
Have you asked nicely?
If you would have asked, hey, listen, so and so didn't come in today. Can you look, team player? I need you. You knock out this busing when you're done. If you can hit those dishes.
Yeah.
And then the cook didn't show up. I'm gonna need you in there. I tell you what, I'm gonna take care of you at the end of the day. It's a lot to process, but I need you. Appreciate it.
That's where the
2 different ways of
difference
handling
between a boss and a leader. You always want to be
a leader.
Yeah, you want to be a leader.
Bosses don't work out so well.
Yeah.
Bosses get replaced easily.
Yeah.
Murder or mayhem.
And then you also have a high turnover rate. You have a high turnover rate with your employees if you're a boss. You're a leader, you keep people.
You usually keep like more loyal people.
Yeah.
But that's, again, like going back to the school thing, it's sad because I know that I've seen a lot of kids, and I talk to kids like that are my buddies' kids or my nephews or nieces, my own children, and they're saying that that's what they say. It's like, we don't want to crash out. We want to kind of, the ones that want to be left alone, we just want to be left alone.
Yeah,
we don't want to bother nobody.
Yeah.
But at the same time, people can't keep bothering people because when people stand up for themselves, people will leave you alone.
Yeah.
If you choose to make noise after that, now that's on you, and you're probably going further than. But I've noticed from literally the muck of the sledge of the earth all the way up to a society that's high. Mm-hmm. Nobody respects the person that doesn't stand up for themselves.
Yeah,
and a person will take advantage of you to the day you die if you don't stand up for yourself.
I had that. Okay, so both my boys got in a fight last year. My oldest and then the youngest. The oldest, his father punished him, and I was upset because he punished him. Because for me, I try to look at both perspectives of males and females. I do realize that most times, guys are out here, and you guys, take the brunt of shit. So
day-to-day life.
Yeah, and you also kind of have to have this air about you where you're very masculine and tough. Even if you're not, you could be a sensitive person, but sometimes around certain people you have to.
Definitely.
Yeah, and so the boy was throwing pens or something, threw a pen at him, and he was minding his own business, and the boy was trying to be funny. So he went and fought the boy, and so then he got in trouble for it. And so then his father punished him. Why would you punish him? You want him to just sit there and
pencil, right?
Yeah. If it were me, I would have got him and beat his ass too.
Yeah, you're throwing pens at me.
Yeah, I'm doing nothing. And you're throwing pens at me.
Was the teacher? That's the thing. Sometimes I think we end up with sissy teachers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where it's just
they're scared, especially if it's two boys.
Scared of the kid
to
not say something because again, you're the adult in the room.
Yeah.
Somebody should say something to the person throwing the pen.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you're not going to handle the situation because you're the adult in the room, I got to handle the situation because
exactly.
I have the pen being thrown at me.
Explain it to his father, like, you're a guy, so you should get this. But, I think we did think differently, and that's a great dynamic with having two parents. We both have a different side of the deal.
We think it's both sides of the sponge, though.
Yeah.
You don't wash dishes with just one side.
Yeah.
The whole sponge is wet.
Yeah.
So it's just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was all for, like, he didn't start it. He just beat his ass because.
That's how we were raised. You don't start a fight, but you finish a fight.
Yeah, you're allowed. For me, you're allowed to finish it.
You're supposed. You better.
Yeah.
I was raised. You better.
Well, I do. You're allowed to.
No, we were. You better. Like
really?
we were raised. You better finish the fight. Do not walk up in here all tore up.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah.
There's round 2. Round 2 if that happens.
No, if I
3 and 4 if needed.
I wouldn't have been mad if he walked away from it, and I'm not mad that he didn't walk away from it because I understand that for a male growing up in the inner city, if you don't beat his ass, somebody else is gonna try you.
It's gonna continue.
Yeah. So I mean, you can set the example with one of them.
You're gonna be the soul of every shoe in the building, and that is the true. That is the truth in life. And I don't believe that.
I don't advocate violence or anything
at all. I do
children.
not encourage violence. I don't encourage any sort of ill will or revenge or vendetta.
But I also don't advocate being a punching bag, especially with my children.
Ever think that being abused, beat, tortured is okay. Mm-hmm. That'll never be okay. If your children are in any sort of that, you should probably definitely pull them to the side and get them into boxing or mixed martial arts or get them into some sort of self-defense to where they can then teach them where maybe you as the parent can't teach them how to actually defend themselves. Yeah. You know, a lot of parents don't know how to defend themselves, to be honest. Yeah. 1,000%. You know what I mean? You have that percentage amount of that big percent of people that believe that every situation you turn the other cheek. And that's how they live their life. They walked away from everything. Yeah. All their conflicts, all their confrontations, they walked away. They never head on met anything. Yeah. They just veered. Yeah. They veered or turned around and walked around the corner and like, okay, we're over on the block. Just stop from, it looked really sketchy. So I can't have it. Nope. Can't do it. Not doing it today. Buddy. And they didn't. Versus the person who was just like, oh, wow, it's raining. I'm walking. I'm going, oh, it's not raining right over here. Like, I'm going to walk through the rain and then it's going to stop raining. Or I'm going to go through the adversity. I'm going to go through whatever this challenge is versus I'm going to say, never mind. I'm going to walk around this obstacle. Right. No, I'm going to go through this obstacle. Yeah, you're going to keep meeting the same obstacle. You walk around this one, you're going to meet another one. You can't, nope. You might just go through the first one. I found out if you're in the circus, the best way to live is to make sure you have to point out the clowns. You know, the clowns you got to know where the clowns are. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then over there's the clowns. There's the sideshow. There's the monkeys over here. You got the big brain elephant over here in the room. Just, buddy, shh, I'm an elephant. Yeah. Look at the whole circus. Yeah. And not to teach our kids to stray away from adversity. It's like, no, if it's there, it's there. It's meant for you. Mm-hmm. It's going to build you up to become a better and a stronger person in life. Yeah. No matter what. Yeah. No matter what you face. It's how you deal with it. Yeah. And if it's a person throwing pens, or if it's a person just speaking to you and it's not in a way that you believe that you should be spoken to. Yeah, you gotta know when to which battles to fight. Like for him, I feel like he chose. He could have walked away, but then also he's in high school and he's in the inner city. So if I walk away from this one, you have to also think what people are, how they process. If I walk away from this one, the whole class watched this dude throw a pen at me and I didn't do shit. I gotta finish high school. Yeah. So it's either I walk away from it, I deal with the next person, or I just settle it here. So sometimes you can walk away and be like, it's not worth it. Usually it's the second and the third. Yeah. The first one's usually the one that's not walked away from. Yeah. That's the person that tested it. Yeah. Yeah. That's the person that's got to be an example now. Yeah. You know, and again, it's for everybody listening, for everybody viewing with your view or listening to our view of this, culturally things are different. Inner city, outer city, things are different. Suburbia, country, things are different. Things are met with a certain amount of force because that's what it's brought by.
Yeah.
You know, the person bringing it has this amount of energy and force in this situation. Yeah. It's not met with, you're immediately conquered.
Yeah.
So in an actual concrete and or cobblestone jungle, you really almost have no choice but to meet adversity with adversity.
Yeah.
To meet where they would say fire with fire. It's like there is no water on that. The best thing you can do is be polished. Mm-hmm. But that's even pushed past the point of that.
That's like the difference with like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Neither of them were wrong.
No, they both have two different sides of the view. It's like where, okay, we can be peaceful or we can be progressive with this. And it's either way it can work. Yeah. And it's how you, Tupac said it, how do you want it? Yeah. However do you want it? And Soul to Soul said it. Right. However do you want it? You know.
Right. I can meet you.
I can meet you halfway. Either way. You know what I mean. You just tell me where to start coming from.
Yep.
And I would rather have people be like that with me because I would rather be like that with people. I want to know where we can meet at. I want to know where that playground is because then we can play.
Yeah.
Everything else I think is outside of that box of sand. It's like, no, we're boxing now. We're boxing, and here we can play. Like we can, here where we're at now, sharing what we're sharing now. This is that's a playground because it's somewhere where things are being laid down. It's like, oh man, I like that movie. Like little kids, they don't know nothing. They just be dancing and shit.
Yeah.
They don't know shit. They just be busting their moves. That's your move. I do this. I do. Man, like so, it's cool. So yeah, next week we might be on the road. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Okay.
I think it'll be cool.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to Cedar Point next weekend, so I'm gonna take my GoPro maybe. It might be
that'll be fun. Be some cool people there to bring back. I think we gotta ask for like a disclaimer. It's like, you don't mind if you're live, don't you? I think we have to do that.
Oh, okay. You want to go live with it? Oh, okay. Okay. I thought I was gonna record and then.
Nah, I've been trying to get it, man. I'll be wanting to just LIVE.
Okay.
Like, what? We're right now. I'll be like, right now. I was like, if I was Pat Sajak, what's up?
Okay.
That'd be dope.
Okay.
So we covered this today. Was parenting and schooling. So we actually did bring topic. We brought subject. We kind of stayed on it for 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Man, another week of the view.
That's cool.
You guys have a good week. God bless, one love. Damn. I got the style.